John Atkin and Judy Graves. It's a thrill for me to be able to introduce these guys. I am in complete admiration and awe of these two people. John Atkin, as everyone probably doesn't need an introduction to, is a walking treasure trove of information about this city. He knows more about this city than anybody I know. Every block, every building, every alley, every garbage can probably. Its history. Sorry, John. John is just a phenomenal historian, and whenever I need to know anything about history, it's to John I go. And Judy Graves is a passionate and very articulate housing advocate. She's the housing advocate for the City of Vancouver. I've heard her on CBC and went to Savannah and said, my God, this lady can articulate and talk about housing like nobody else in this city. So what a tremendous pair to lead this walk today about adjusting the perception. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big warm welcome to John and Judy.
Okay. You can do that first. Sure.
We'll start with some housekeeping. We are walking around in other people's homes, in other people's neighborhoods, and so we're going to ask you not to take pictures of people while you're on the street. You certainly can take pictures of buildings. One of the big issues that comes up in this neighborhood is access to washrooms, and so if we pass a washroom, we may want to take a quick break. A clean washroom is a miracle. And as we walk through the street, we'll want to leave access for passers-by, either behind our tour or in front of it, as we're doing here, so people can easily get around us.
I never use these things, but since it's here. Anyway, when Savannah and Terry asked us yet again to do something for Heart of the City Festival, we were sort of thinking, well, what to do? And Judy's name came up. Judy and I like hanging out down here in the Downtown Eastside. We go basement exploring every now and then, sort of go knock on somebody's door and sort of say, hi, can we go see your basement? And they go, why? And we say, just see your basement. But we've discovered barbershops, steam baths. We found an old horse stable under one of the hotels on Cordova Street, and we found the original Otis hand-cranked horse elevator still in place in the basement, things like that. So there's lots of treasures in the area, and that's really the spark for this tour called Adjust Your Perceptions, just because read the Vancouver Sun, the Vancouver Province, 6-inch headlines, and you'd think this was hell on wheels down here all the time, 24 hours a day, and it's not. This is actually a neighborhood. It's also a community, and that's a capital C community. I live close by, 4 blocks that way, up in Strathcona, which is part of the larger Downtown Eastside, and that's one of the things we forget. Downtown Eastside is not just Main and Hastings, it is Chinatown, it is Strathcona, it's Gastown, it's Japantown, etc. And so there's a large and very, very diverse community. And statistically, this is one of the most stable communities in the City of Vancouver. People in Shaughnessy and Kerrisdale move more often than people down here do. And so people have a very long history down here. And so we need to recognize that as well. So part of the thing, as Judy and I were sitting over coffee, conceptualizing this thing, was what are we going to do with this now that we've said we're going to do the tour? And we thought, well, Judy knows stuff, I know stuff, and what I'm going to